So for the time leading up to this video, I had a little bit of warfare that I was dealing with, right? Some ants came to where I was sitting. Hold up, let me push you back a little. Some ants came to where I was sitting and bit my whole everything. From my foot to my inner thigh to my butt, okay? And that was enough for me to be like, I'm not doing this shit today. I'm done. I'm not even motivated anymore. But let's send some gratitude to my partner because he was like, girl, do your video. So I've talked about my journey with weight loss a couple of times on this channel, how I lost, 56 pounds, and how it's easy to lose weight in this economy, because it is. It's not hard. One thing that I think that a lot of us, especially women, tend to ignore, because body positivity, embrace the body, and nobody should really be ashamed of themselves at all. Like, whether you're super slim, regular, or kind of big, kind of chubby, nobody should really generally be ashamed of themselves. You should always love the body you're in, and you should love your body enough to the extent to which you would want to be healthy. One thing that I noticed when I was a little bit bigger was the lack of self-respect that I had, right? And when I started slimming down, I started respecting myself a lot more. I know it's a lot of background noise, y'all. Another thing, my mic died, so we really like broad dogging it out here. Either way it goes, that's alright, So when the weight came off me, my self-respect increased, my self-value increased, my self-worth increased, because the way that people treated me was completely different. You know what I'm saying? People are always like, oh, when you're bigger, nobody respects you. That's true. But what's the extent to which nobody respects you? Okay, I went my whole life feeling very objectified, feeling like not even a person, feeling like just merely an object of something aesthetically pleasing is what I felt like my whole life. And there was a point in time where I actually fed into that. Like, yes, I want to be seen as an object. I want to be a sexual object. I want to be an object of desire. I want to be desired. And that stems from deep parent issues, you know what I'm saying, of wanting to be desired and wanting to be seen as an object of desire, as an object of sexual desire. And so when I put on that weight, I noticed that wanting to be wanted increasing. Okay, that wanting to be seen as sexy increasing, because my self-value was decreasing, my self-worth, my self-respect was decreasing. And so my sexuality, my openness in my sexuality was increasing. Yes, like, I am sexy. I'm going to prove to everybody that I'm sexy. And that kind of fucked me up. And I think that a lot of women, when we are a bit bigger, or when we have a certain type of figure, or when we don't really like ourselves that much, we tend to over-sexualize ourselves. And we're now in a culture where it's pretty much normal to be over-sexualized, to honestly make yourself the object, force yourself into being the object, rather than just being and existing as a beautiful woman. Personally, I think that there's many other beautiful ways to express your sexuality without feeding into the entity of lust. Okay, so there's a difference between being open with your sexuality and wanting to be lusted after, or being lustful. And that's kind of what I was centering myself around before I lost weight, or lost waist, because I literally, all I did was just cleanse myself out, and the weight fell, and I haven't been that much heavier since. My max is 180, my min is 169. You know what I'm saying? I really want this to touch somebody when I say that. I think that it's very imperative to, before you feel the need to, honestly take pictures of yourself, arching your back, or take pictures of yourself in your lingerie, and just take pictures of yourself being super sexy, and posting it on social media. Ask yourself what you're doing it for. What are you seeking from this? And don't try to gaslight yourself into telling yourself that you're doing it for yourself, because you're not doing it for yourself. Listen, you're not doing it for yourself, because if you was doing it for yourself, you wouldn't be doing that shit at all. I was thinking about making a live video about the promises of promiscuity, and how promiscuity basically, and I will be doing that soon. I might do a regular video or a live video. It doesn't matter. Just stay tuned. I was thinking about centering it around how promiscuity, or being promiscuous, or even appearing promiscuous in a physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental level, it allows space and opens doors for a different type of self-discovery and psychological advancements as a woman. You get to discover, you start to discover the world through openness. We all do need to experience things to learn that this is not right. Okay, we might need to experience posting yourself in your thong, in your lace bra. We might need to experience that to realize, why am I doing this? To reflect. And there has to be a certain level of modesty. Okay, the way that I view modesty might be completely different than another woman may view modesty, because I feel like you're modest if you're covered up, or you're modest if you're not really exposing yourself in a sexual manner. And so people might think that me not wearing a bra is not modest, but I'm gonna be comfortable either way. I don't care where I'm at. I'm just gonna be comfortable, and I'm gonna be cute with it. Either way, there does have to be a level of modesty, and that modesty comes with self-respect. And I keep talking, I keep saying these words. When you respect yourself, you basically do not allow, like you basically hold yourself to a very high standard. Think of somebody that you do respect. When you view yourself as worthy, you're holding yourself to a high standard. You're basically putting yourself on a certain type of pedestal, to where you believe that, okay, if I'm valuable, that means that not everybody should have access to this. If I'm valuable, not everybody should have access to me and my lace bra. If I'm valuable, not everybody should have access to my twerking videos. I shouldn't devalue myself by singing lyrics of songs, rapping lyrics of songs of women that do not value themselves. I shouldn't be acting a fool like a woman that doesn't value. When you value yourself, you move completely different. When you stop seeing yourself as an object, and you see yourself as a whole being, a whole existence, a whole life, a whole beauty, a whole nature, when you start seeing yourself as the God that you are, as the sun that you are, as the star that you are, you move and act completely different. You talk different. Okay, your hobby switch, your methods of fun switch, your what you intake, what you consume switch, and what you push out switches. It's not going to be the same as the woman that did not value herself. Okay, the me that didn't value myself, I was eating chicken and waffles every day. I was eating ramen noodles, grilled cheese sandwiches. I was eating goddamn, I was putting butter and cheese all up in my noodles. I didn't give a fuck about what I was putting in my body, as long as it tasted good. The woman that didn't value herself, me, was sleeping with him, all up in him, with him, and him. Yeah, that was the woman, and it was, guys, that's liberation. I'm doing what's good for me. I'm being sexually liberated. But in turn, I was enslaving myself in the system that created this way of consciousness, this state of consciousness of survival mode. I was enslaving myself in this survival mode, enslaving myself to the demonic energies of lust and gluttony and apathy and overconsumption in general. I was enslaving myself to that, and in turn, I gained weight. I gained waist, and that had to be cleared out. And when I finally got in that process of clearing that waist out, boy, did things look different for me. My eyes opened. My eyes were already kind of open then, or my mind was open, but this time my eyes were open, okay? And I started to see how I was trapped, and I was almost in the state of continuously leaking out energy, continuously in putting almost trapping myself in the same generational curse that the rest of my family have been trapped in, or my ancestors have been trapped in a way. And so it took me a look in the mirror for real to me, and for me to just be completely honest with myself when I look in the mirror, and I'm like, damn, I look like I look dead. Like I literally was like, I look dead, and it's time for me to be alive again. You know, it's time for me to glow on the inside out. You know, my face was breaking out, okay? My belly was hanging off the bone. It was falling off the bone. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes we do really need to just look in the mirror. I was oozing out Jezebel energy. I was oozing out demonic energy. I was oozing out lust. I was oozing out gluttony when I looked at myself in the mirror. And I was like, dang, like, I have so much to offer to the world. Like, I'm an artist. I have a beautiful heart. I am a great friend. None of these guys that I'm with are giving me any type of gifts, taking me on any type of dates, showing me any type of love, checking up on me, seeing how I'm doing. They checking up on this cat. They want to see how she doing. And she wasn't doing good either. She was dealing with candida, bacteria, all types of everything. So I was full of waste. I was drinking, smoking. You know what I mean? Because I didn't love myself, I didn't respect myself, and I over-sexualized myself, and I was just an object for a certain amount of time. I was just an object. I was just not even consciousness. I was just a body, and that's all I seen myself as. And it was time for me when I looked in the mirror that time, 2 years ago. About 2 years ago almost. And I was like, this ain't the woman I want to be. This is, if I looked and I was like, if the little girl in me saw me right now, would she be happy? If 5-year-old Naya saw me, would she be happy? She wouldn't. So she wouldn't have expected me to be this chubby. She wouldn't have expected me to be this sad. She wouldn't have expected me to be drinking, smoking. And that's that demonic ass energy college put you in, and that's why I couldn't go back. But yeah, this was just a little ranting, honestly. I mean, I don't know. I was probably talking in circles or whatever, but I just wanted to get this message out, and I just wanted to talk to y'all and be vulnerable for real, because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're up in this culture where we're just over-sexualizing ourselves. We've become objects, and it's been bothering me deeply because even with this new approach to how I move, I still feel objectified. I still feel like an aesthetic. Like, I still feel like, and I'm like, I'm really being authentically me. And so, you know, I do things like I post my art on social media, that get like 20 likes. I post my face, that get like 50. Okay, and this is on my new account with 100 followers. Let's not bring it back to the 3K, the account with 3K. So, I mean, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I'm just keeping it real, cause what? I mean, but at the end of the day, it's all a journey. We're all loving ourselves. We're all learning ourselves and loving ourselves and embracing ourselves. And we have to embrace the low moments too. And that's why I made the video, The Art of the Whole Phase, because it's an art. This journey is art. This journey is, I mean, hey, Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for me. Listen, I got my art prints on Etsy. Check me out. The link is in description. All right. Bye.